This radio here is the Columbia Triumph 3. There was a Columbia Triumph that preceded it, but I don't think there was a Triumph 2. I think they just skipped right to 3. Anyway, this radio is from around 1961, 1962, and it seems to have been a pretty big seller in its day, or at least the survival rate of these is fairly high, because these are not that hard to find, although this is a particularly nice example. I've replaced all the electrolytic capacitors in this one, as well as the paper capacitors, and it's a high-performing radio, and it's got great sound quality. Just all around an excellent radio. This one's got its original unbroken antenna, although it is a little dinged up. I think you can see why they break. The antenna only moves in this direction, it does not move front to back. So if the radio falls over and the antenna catches on something, it's going to snap off. Alright, I've got it set to FM right now, and as you can see, this is an export model. It's built for sale in the US, so FM goes up to 108.
I'm very nervous about a victory for Hillary Clinton.
Miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 20 in New York Southern Tier. Over. It's
1250, 13 an hour. To apply, call 607-729-12.
GT350 F-150 Raptor Focus RS 4GT. Take me retail.
I see angels and devils. God, when you come, you're mine. You got the loving that I need. I don't mind you coming here, wasting all my time.
It's also a very good AM performer.
Service credit card at the Big Tire event. When your Ford needs service, you need the specialists at Ford.
I'm looking for help with the running back. I need that Gurley. Please.
Honey, how no matter where I run.
6-year term of office. In 1906, Republican Charles Evans Hughes was...
It's just a little after noon, so there aren't that many AM stations to pick up right now, and there's no point in trying shortwave. It covers most of the old Marine band. There aren't too many stations on there anymore. Not even sure if they're like licensed operators or anything. I occasionally hear some things on that band, but there's not that much. This one's a lot less discolored than usual. There's only a few kind of darkened spots on this cool triangular patterned trim piece here. Alright, I'm going to take the back cover off. To do that, just use a coin here. Kind of got it resting on the tuning dial, which I don't really like. I should have put something more under there. when you unplug this, takes 6 C batteries. Forgot to mention earlier, this radio was made by Nordmende for the Columbia Record Company. You can see it says Nordmende on the circuit board there. Although, even without seeing that, you can tell just stylistically and the layout of the interior here that it was made by them. It's a model C615. That's the serial number there, 78,356. There's a bunch of numbers stamped in here. I'm guessing those were done by the various production workers that put this thing together. You can see there's a series of numbers printed here on this piece of tape. It says 18961, which I assume is the 18th day of September 1961. I'm not sure if that's a date or not. A lot of the transistors in here are the, by then, kind of old-fashioned, glass-bodied, black-painted transistors, which were made by Telefunken. You can see it says TFK there. That's an OC614. There are some metal case transistors down here on the audio board. That's the audio amp there. Same amp as that Philco set made by Nordmende I showed, I don't know, a couple months ago. As I mentioned, I did change all the caps in this one, including the paper caps. The ERO branded paper caps, there was one here, are pretty crappy. They were very leaky, and changing them out definitely improved the sound quality. The other transistors are kind of hiding. You can sort of see one there, I think. Maybe lighting's not good enough. And the FM front end isn't here. I believe there's 2 transistors in there. There's no tuned RF stage on either FM or AM, but it doesn't really need it. It works quite well without it. The inside of the case was a bit of a mess from old battery corrosion and the foam pads disintegrating. I had bought some foam weather stripping, and I used that to replace the original foam pads and hold the batteries in place. Works pretty well. Another issue was that these coils on the antenna had come loose. I kind of adjusted them to where it looked like they were originally, and also for best reception. So it took a little bit of an iterative effort. But I got it to what I think is the correct spot, and I hot glued them down so they don't start moving around again. Well, thanks for watching.